Hello, my dear children. Good evening. Welcome back to today's online class. I am Radhika, your economics teacher. Children, today I am going to take a new chapter from economics, chapter 3, poverty as a challenge. Today you have an introduction part. Children, in our daily life, we come across many people who we think are poor. Is it, children? Okay. Before starting my session, now I am going to explain three situations. Are you ready? Okay. Situation 1. About a worker. This worker monthly income is 1000 rupees. From that 1000 rupees, he spending 500 rupees as his monthly expenditure. And he want to send his boy to school. But when he's sending his boy to school, he want to pay 800 rupees. That means in his hand there is a lack of 300 rupees. Clear, children? Okay, his monthly income is 1000. Per month his expenditure is 500. If he is sending his child to school, he want 800. He want to pay 800 rupees, but in his hand there is a lack of 300 rupees. Okay, the next example, government staff. His monthly income is 30,000. From this 30,000, he is spending 15,000 as his monthly expenditure. And he want to buy a car. When he buying car, in each month he want to pay 20,000 rupees as EMI. Okay, children? That means for buying car, in his hand there is a lack of 5,000 rupees. That means his income is 30,000 only. And 15,000 he needed for spending for monthly expenditure. If he buying car, he want to pay how much as EMI? That is 20,000. But in his hand only, how much will come balance? That is 15,000 only. There is a lack of 5,000 rupees. Clear? That is why he can't buy a car. Okay, in the first situation, there is a lack of 300 rupees. That is why he can't send his child to school. In the second situation, there is a lack of 5,000 rupees. That's why he can't buy a car. In the third situation, a businessman. Oh, his monthly income is 3 lakhs. How much, my children? 3 lakhs rupees. And monthly expenditure is 2 lakhs. He earning 3 lakhs. From that 3 lakhs, he spending 2 lakhs as his monthly expenditure. And this man also want to buy a house. But when he buy a house, as a EMI, he want to pay 1,50,000 rupees as EMI. But in his hand, there is a lack of 50,000 rupees. That's why he can't buy a house. Okay, children, it is not a house. That means it is a one big bungalow. Okay. Children, now I explain three situations. From this situation, who is poor? Worker is a poor? Or government staff is a poor? Or businessman is a poor? Because the worker need and the worker have a lack of only 300 rupees. Then government staff, there is a lack of 5,000 rupees for buying a car. And the businessman, there is a lack of 50,000 rupees. Among these, who is poor? Yes, worker is poor. Children, how the worker is poor? The businessman need 50,000 rupees. There is a lack of 50,000 rupees. Okay, he need 50,000 rupees for buying a bungalow. And the government staff need 5,000 rupees for buying a car. That is too much, more than that 300 rupees. And we choose this worker is a poor man. Why? From this example, we can get the idea of poverty. The poverty means Scarcity of basic necessity of life. Okay, children, there is a scarcity, there is a lack of basic necessities of life. We need a certain things is very, very essential for sustaining life. That is very important for a person. If that necessity, if there is a lack for that necessities, that situation is called what? Poverty. That means this worker need extra 300 rupees for sending his child to school for getting education. Let's see what are the basic necessities of life. That is food. Food is very, very important for a life. Then next shelter. Shelter is another important factor. Education is another important factor, and health care. These are the basic necessity of a person or a life. Okay, if there is a lack of any one of these necessities, and those people we can consider as a poor people. Clear? That is why buying a car, buying a bangla is not a basic necessity of a life. But getting education, it is the basic necessities. That is why this worker is considered as a poor. Clear, children? Now you get the idea about a poverty. Scarcity of basic necessities of life, that is food, shelter, education and healthcare. You know, children, in our country, every fourth person in India is poor. When we taking 4 persons, one of the person is poor. How? This means roughly 270 million people in India live in poverty, according to 2011 told data. This also means that India has the largest single concentration of the poor in the world. India has the largest single concentration of poor in the world, because in our country when we taking 4 people and among that 4 one of the person is poor person. Okay, children, now I am going to explain about the nature of poverty in urban and rural areas. For make it very clear, the definition of poverty, now I am giving a 2 example of poverty in urban and poor areas. First I am going to say about a urban area. Okay. In the urban case, there is a one case study is there. There is a one imaginary person is there, about him, about that persons we are discussing here. Okay. 33 years old Ramsaran works as a daily wage labor in a wheat flour mill near Ranchi in Jharkhand. That means in a Jharkhand there is a one daily wage worker. His name is Ramsaran. And in each month his income is 1500 rupees. And in his family there is a 6 members including children. And this 1500 rupees is not enough to meet the family expenditure. That is why his wife also doing work. And his wife also earning money, that is 800 rupees. Okay. Ramcharan earning money 1500, and in his family there are 6 members. And this 1500 is not enough for feeding that 6 members in that family. That is why his wife also going for job. And his wife also earning 800. Not only that, and his eldest son also going to work. Okay, and I said in his family 6 members are there. That members, his wife and 4 children. The age between 12 years to 6 months. 12 years to 6 months. Okay, children. And his eldest son's income. That means eldest son's age is what? 12 years. And that 12 years child is going to do work. That is a child labor. Actually, he want to go to where children? To the school. But he is going to earn money because of the problem of his family. There is a lack of money. Okay, that is why that elder son is not going to school and he is going to work and earning 300 rupees. And shoes are a luxury for them. Shoes, we wearing shoes. For them, this family, shoes is a luxury item. And children are not going to school and they have no access to healthcare. This is the condition of poor in urban areas. Okay, children, the children are not getting any education, they are doing a child labor and they are not getting a proper treatment, proper healthcare, nothing. And the shoes are luxury for them. Okay, this is the case of urban area. Next, I am going to explain about rural areas, the poverty in rural area. And the one person name is there, that is a Lekha Singh, belong to a small village near Meerut in Uttar Pradesh. And he is a landless farmer. He is a landless farmer and he is a farmer, but he is a landless farmer. That is why in which land he will do the work, that is a big farmer's land. Okay. And he getting 50 per day. Each day how much rupees he getting? 50 per day. And in his family, how many members are the children? 8 members. Look, including children. And he can send his children to school? No, they can't. And his wife is not healthy, that is why she can't earn money. And the children also not healthy, that is why they can also not going out for doing work. Only one person is working there and he earning only 50 per day. Oh, very bad. And look, children, soap and oil. For in the urban area, shoes are the luxury item, but in the rural area, soap and oil are a luxury for the family. From this two example, that is a typical case, illustrate many dimension of poverty. That means meaning of poverty. They shows that poverty means hunger, lack of shelter. It also is a situation in which parents are not able to send their children to school, or a situation where sick people cannot afford treatment. Poverty also means lack of clean water and sanitation facilities, and lack of regular job at a minimum decent level. Okay, these all situation together is known as poverty. The poverty means there is a hunger, there is a lack of shelter, parents are not able to send their children to school, a situations where sick people can't afford a treatment, there is a lack of clean water, and there is a lack of regular job. These all situations showing the meaning of poverty. Okay. One of the biggest challenges of independent India has been to bring millions of its people out of abject poverty. This is one of the important challenge. In our country, among the four people, one of the person is a poor people. That is why the Indian government is trying to eradicate this poverty from our land. This is one of the important challenge. That is why our chapter title is what, children? Poverty as a challenge. This is a challenge only. Okay. Mahatma Gandhi always insisted that India would be truly independent only when the poorest of its people became free of human suffering. And Gandhiji also said, we got independence, but when we get a true independence, when we eradicate poverty from our land, that time only we will get a true independence. Otherwise, there is no true independence, because only rich people are living very comfortable life in our economy. Okay, children. The next one, poverty as seen by social scientists. Okay, then next we are going to discuss about in which way we are calculating poverty, in which way we are measuring poverty. For measuring poverty, some indicators we are using. Some of the indicators are the common indicators. Normally, these two indicators we are using for identifying poverty or measuring poverty. That is, first one is income and the second one is consumption. According to income, we can classify and we can measure the poverty. Okay, on the basis of consumption, how much money he is spending for buying a product, in how much calorie food they are consuming. On that basis also we can calculate a poverty. These are the normal indicator throughout the world using for measuring poverty. Usual indicators, that is income and consumption. And nowadays we added some social indicators also for measuring poverty. The social indicators are illiteracy level, lack of general resistance due to malnutrition, lack of access to health care. Then, lack of access to safe drinking water, sanitation, etc. These are the social indicators. This also we are checking. The literacy level we are checking. According to the literacy level, we can find out the poverty. Then lack of general resistance. General means in our inbuilt resistance. That body itself there is some resistant power. Then when we taking or consuming a good food or a healthy or a nutrition food, automatically that type of resistance will come in our body. Okay, but the lack of general resistance due to malnutrition, lack of access to healthcare also we are using for calculating or measuring poverty. And next, lack of access to safe drinking water, who are not getting a safe drinking water. Okay, in that way also we can calculate a poverty. Okay, usual indicators, income and consumption. Some social indicators as literacy level, lack of general resistance due to malnutrition, lack of access to healthcare, lack of access to safe drinking water and sanitation, etc. Along with some other indicators also we included for measuring poverty, that is social exclusion and vulnerability. Social exclusion and vulnerability. These are the main indicators the scientists using for measuring poverty. Common indicators are income and consumption. Some other social indicators also we are using, and recently we added two more indicators for measuring the poverty, that is social exclusion and vulnerability. Let's see what is social exclusion. It is a process through which individuals or groups are excluded from facilities and opportunities that others enjoy. Social exclusion means the group of people or a group of community, they can't enjoy some facilities which others are enjoying in our society. That is called social exclusion. They are excluded from the society. Okay, it is a process through which individuals or groups are excluded from facilities and opportunities that others enjoy. You know, in the early time, that is because of the Varna system, that is a caste system. Only the upper caste people are enjoying everything in the society. They can use a public road, they can use a public places, they can use a public bath. Everything is used by only upper caste people. The lower caste people have no right to use these all the facilities. Clear? That is called a social exclusion. Okay. Then next one, vulnerability. Vulnerability means vulnerability to poverty is a measure which describes the greater probability of certain communities or individuals of becoming or remaining poor in the coming years. That means already they are poor and that condition is not changing. Sometimes they will remaining poor or they will becoming a poor. They will continue that poor situation in our throughout their life. That type of pupils are called vulnerable. Understand? That means they are not escaping from that bad situation. In always they facing and they living in that bad situation or in bad surroundings. Clear? Vulnerability to poverty is a measure which describes the greater probability of certain communities or individuals of becoming or remaining. Sometimes they are the new persons coming in that poor condition, or they are the poor and they continue in that poor situation for a coming years also. Clear, children? In a one place, that means in our area. This is our area, and this is somewhat it is city like. Okay, in this area there happening a one natural calamity. That means earthquake. On that situation, who will be the vulnerable? That means the rich people, okay, they are losing a lot of things. They will lose the property or a lot of things they will lose. But at the same time, they will not become a poor people. They can manage. If any natural calamity or any accident is happening, they will manage. The rich people will manage. But the poor people, if any natural calamities or an accident is happening in a poor family, their life worse than before. They never make a better life. They can't make any better life. Clear, children? Clear. And whose life is remaining poor and continuing poor and becoming poor, those group of pupils are called a vulnerable group. And these two indicators also we are using for measuring poverty, that is social exclusion and vulnerability. Okay, children, this much only today. I am going to stop here. Thank you. See you next time.